Hello AmpGuard, my name is Raven Stormclaw and you're watching Class Theory. This is a new series that we're working with today that is going to showcase different magic class builds from around the kingdom. And this is the first episode. Today we are going to be featuring a wizard build by Plagueis, and that's it. Here we go. Okay, so first things first, this build was submitted to me by Plagueis, who is the current Kingdom Champion of the Kingdom of Crystal Groves, and this build is designed to work in conjunction with a high-level druid. So if you have a high-level druid on your team, this might be the build for you. It's not a particularly competitive build, but it is a very, very fun build. And what Plagueis sent to me, what he told me was that this build is based on the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise from Star Wars, for you who do not know. And this individual became so powerful. He was the most powerful Sith basically ever, and he became so powerful that the only thing he feared at the end was losing his power. So this build is designed to obtain power and keep it as long as you possibly can. Now, what you're going to want to do, pair up with a high-level druid, and you're going to get from that high-level druid, you're going to get an essence graft, golem, stone skin, flame blade, and imbue weapon. Now what this is going to give you, it's going to give you golem making everything persistent, and also making you cursed. You heal with mends, which is really useful. We're running a couple mends on this list. The stone skin is going to give you 2 points of ancestral armor. Ancestral armor is fantastic. It's broken. Why it's in this game, I don't know, but we're going to take advantage of that. Flame blade gives you pro flame and shield crushing, and I believe armor breaking as well. I'll have to look that up. I don't use flame blade all that much myself. And then imbue weapon, wounds kill for days. It's fantastic. It's lovely. So that's what you get from the druid. And the idea here is you want to keep what you're getting from this druid. You've been given this power from said druid, and you want to keep that as long as you possibly can. So your focus is going to be shutting down the enemy team. Anyone who tries to dispel you, you say nope. You're going to break their concentration and say no, you're not allowed. And also, of course, kill everyone. It's a very fun build. I don't think it works very well on its own, but if you get that stack off with a high-level druid, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Alright, so here we go. Let's go to the build. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off, for this build, we're going to start at level 6 and work our way down. That's how I do all my lists, and it helps me keep everything straight in my head. So that's how we're going to do it here. The first thing you buy at level 6 is Battlemage. That's costing you 2 points. Now, one other thing to quickly note, this list is assuming that you are getting the Look the Part bonus for Wizard, which again is going to give you that extra point of magic at your highest level. So we're going to take 2 points away at level 6 by Battlemage and roll 4 of them down to level 5. Right? At level 5, we buy a long weapon. That can be a long sword, a down spear, however you want to run that. That is a personal thing, up to you, and you can pick whatever you want to there. 1 more point at level 5 gets you your Ambulant, and your Battlemage is going to make that unlimited, so you can just Ambulant for days. Another completely broken thing in this game. I don't know why it's there, but it's there, and we're going to abuse it. So there you go. Moving on to level 4, we have 7 Suppress Auras. For those of you unaware, Suppress Aura is you can suppress your opponent, make it so they can't use any of their activated abilities for 30 seconds. And we're running 7 of them per refresh. So yeah, you're going to shut down a lot of people with this. And then we're running 2 Swifts at level 4. This will make more sense later on in the build for a clutch release or a clutch mend. So yeah, 2 Swifts, you gotta have them. They're really great. Moving on to level 3, we have Dispel. Once per refresh, charge 3. Dispel is a great spell. Again, broken. Coming from a high level druid's perspective, Dispel sucks. It is completely broken, but that's my opinion. And wizards having it at level 3 and charge 3, that's great. You know, pop off a Dispel, back up a little bit, charge it up, and rush back in. You're also going to spend 2 points at level 3 to get 2 extensions for that guy that you've got to chase down to dispel them. Yeah, nothing need to be said. Extension is extension. A lot of people run it, a lot of people are justified in running it. At level 2, we have 2 break concentrations and 2 releases. And again, this is for, you know, oh, I'm stopped, or, you know, a bard's got to me, or something of that nature. 2 releases. They're great. At level 1, we buy a short sword. So we're going Florentine in this build. And we buy 4 mends per life. And that's the build. The mend is for the armor. It's also for healing if you need it. Again, with Golem healing off of the mend, that's a really good thing for us to have at 4 times life. It's great. And yeah, that's the entire build. I'm going to link down below in the description. I'm going to make a spreadsheet, a Google spreadsheet with this build so you can reference it. But there's the build. One quick thing I forgot to mention, there is also at level 1 we spend 2 points to experience the suppressor to make that chargeable, so that you can continuously suppress people as needed. Makes it charge 10, which kinda sucks, but still having suppressor on charge is a very, very, very powerful thing to be doing. So there's the build. So now that we have the build, how do we play it? And that really ties into the flavor and the backstory of this build. Your number 1 priority whilst playing this build is to take out anyone who can dispel you. Anyone who has dispels, they need to go. They gotta go. Can't have that on there. You have the power, you've been granted the power, and you are not going to give it up. Really, you don't really have to worry about dying. Your golem makes everything persistent, so you die, you come back, and you still have the power, you know. So one of the big strategy with this build is, of course, take out the people who can dispel you. If they start trying to dispel you, cast break concentration on them right away. Say, no, you're not allowed. You are not allowed to take my power. Any other high level caster that is going to try to do anything to you, suppress aura is very good in this. Any other player who has the audacity to have anywhere near the amount of power that you personally have, they get dispelled. This is very much a my power, not yours, and you go from there. You use the power granted to you from the druid to kill everybody else. You run around, crush shields, wounds kill, dispel everyone, suppress everyone. It's very much a soft, it's almost soft crowd control when you think about it. Just shut them down. You are Darth Plagueis, and no one else is allowed to have any kind of power. That's the theme of this build. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say in the strategy. It's a very, very straightforward build. Just my power, not yours, and you go from there. So my opinions on this build, I absolutely love it. It's got a lot of flavor to it. It's actually pretty effective. It's not the most competitive Battlemage build I've ever seen, but it's very, very good. There are a couple of things I would personally do to improve upon it, just a tiny bit, and the biggest thing that stands out for me is don't buy quite as many suppress auras and instead pick up a couple steel lives. So drop 2 suppress auras, pick up 2 steel lives so that you can instantly charge the suppress aura off of a kill. It's really good. The only other thing that I might do, I might not pick up the long weapon. That's a personal tech for me. I don't like long swords. Down spears are okay, but unless you're going with the short sword down spear, I would not pick up the long weapon, and I would instead spend that on maybe some more utility spells. Hold Person comes to mind, Finger of Death comes to mind, Shove comes to mind. There's a lot of things. A wizard has such a huge toolkit. But me personally, I would not spend the 4 points at level 5 to pick up a long weapon. But that is a personal tech choice. For the full flavor of this build, it's really cool being able to go Florentine with 2 points of Ancestral Armor, Wounds Kill, Shield Crushing, Armor Breaking, Pro Flame, Pro Death. That's so crazy. But yeah, no, it's a great build. I absolutely love it. Nothing else to say there, really. Those two little changes, that would be how I would change it if I were making it myself. If I were at level 6 wizard and I was like, okay, I'm going to be Darth Plagueis today, that's how I would do it. Yeah, that's everything. I don't really have anything else to say. Great build. I love it. Good job. So guys, that was our very first episode of Class Theory, and that's a working title. It might change, but for right now, that's going to be the name of this particular series, is Class Theory. I loved making this video. This was a lot of fun. I like seeing other people's builds and other people's techs. It's nice to see, especially what people in other parts of the kingdom are playing, what they're thinking of, because I don't get out as much as I'd like to. But yeah, no, it's good to see what they're playing at, what people can play out at different parks, and it's a lot of fun, and I like this. This was a lot of fun to make. Feel free to hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date. I'm going to try to put out at least one video a week with varying degrees of success, and that's really all. We're going to do another Class Theory next week, either on Monday or Wednesday, depending on when I get a build and when I get some time to actually sit down and edit it. So send me your builds. You can either link to them down in the comments, send them to me on Facebook, or however you want to get them to me. Just get them to me and I will review them, and I will look at them, and I will offer my opinions. But for now, thank you for watching. This has been Class Theory. I'm Raven Stormclaw, and you've been awesome.